everyone, this is Karen.
Hello everybody, this is Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of tracing pencils through history. And the vocabulary words are illustrate.
Illustrate.
The accident illustrates the need for more street lights on this road.
Definitely. Lead.
Lead.
In the past, lead was used to make cups and plates.
Wrap.
Wrap.
Lily wrapped a scarf around her son's neck.
Hollow.
Hollow.
Steve hollowed the log so that he could make a birdhouse.
Powder.
Powder.
To make the medicine, you need to dry these leaves and then powder them. So we're talking about pencils.
Pencils.
How fun.
Something we're so familiar with because we use them all the time.
That's right, but to be honest, I know nothing about the history of pencils.
Well, I think now you know a little bit about the history, right?
That's true after reading today's article.
So the first pencils were used by Romans, and they were actually nothing like pencils today. They were metal.
Like a metal stick.
Right? So when was the first type of pencil that we're used to now?
Is it farmers? Was it farmers? They wanted to mark their sheep, right?
Right. So they discovered graphite, which is what we think of as like black lead, right?
That's right.
And that's what you're able to write with. That's what makes it kind of black, and you can write with that. And they wrapped it in string.
Because they don't want to get their hands dirty, right? If you touch the black lead, your hands will be yucky, yucky.
Yucky, yucky. And eventually they were put into wood, right?
That's right.
Which is a more like modern pencil.
Now you can see them in plastic
yeah,
too.
we have mechanical pencils now too. Wow, so it's really cool, the history of pencils.
That's right. So let's learn more about the history of pencils today.
Okay, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Tracing pencils through history. There's a famous story about NASA and the Russian space program. It is said that NASA spent millions of dollars to develop a pen that would write in space. The Russians, on the other hand, just used a pencil. This story isn't true, but it helps illustrate the usefulness of pencils.
Today's lesson is called Tracing Pencils Through History, Part 1. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. I think that complicated title is just telling us the history of pencils.
Follow the history of the pencil from the beginning to the end. And yeah, here we're using this word trace. It's kind of funny because you can trace things with pencils, but we're not being literal.
That's right.
Way.
We can also talk about tracing information. A newspaper reporter might trace a story to try to catch some powerful person. Yeah, you're following it. You're finding out all sorts of interesting information. In this case, it's all about pencils. And our story about the history of pencils begins in space. Yes, that's right. It says there's a famous story about NASA and the Russian space program. This is back during the 60s and 70s, the space race, when NASA, the American Space Agency, and the Russian or the Soviet space program at that time were both trying to be the first into space, the first to the moon, and things like that. It is said that NASA spent millions of dollars to develop a pen that would write in space.
Yeah, it's an amazing pen. I've seen these pens before. You can write upside down and in space too. And NASA spent millions of dollars developing this amazing pen. The Russians, on the other hand, they just used a pencil. They didn't need to spend millions of dollars. They could write stuff in space with pencils.
There you go.
Now, is this story true? No. Okay, this story isn't true, but it helps illustrate the usefulness of pencils. Here we have the verb illustrate to talk about. Here we're not talking about drawing something. Let's say if you illustrate a book, you draw the pictures that go along with the words in that book or in that story. Here to illustrate something is to show that thing. You explain something or make something clear, often by using examples like the story, the fake story that we just read. Yes, it illustrates or shows us how useful pencils can be. Anyways, for example, the accident illustrates the need for more street lights on this road.
All right, so it demonstrates, it gives a good example. And yeah, so that story shows that pencils are very useful even in space. All right, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with more about the history of the pencil.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题是 Tracing Pencils Through History。好 ，trace 这个动词呢，它有描绘、描写或者是追踪、追溯的意思。我们知道铅笔可以用来描东西，那这2天的课文就是要简单的介绍铅笔的历史，所以它在这边有一语双关的意思。那课文一开始说了一个有名的故事，也就是关于美国航太总署 NASA 还有俄国太空计划。好，在冷战时期呢，美国和苏联为了要争夺航太实力第1的头衔，不断的发展，然后互相较劲。这个时期呢，一般称为 Space Race 太空竞赛。那据说美国航太总署他们花了好几百万美元，想要研发一种可以在太空中书写的笔。那么俄国人呢，他们就只用铅笔。虽然这个故事不是真的，可是它却可以用来说明这个铅笔的用处。这边有一个单字叫 illustrate。Illustrate 它是当动词，表示用故事啊、图表、例子等等来说明或是阐述、阐明。那 Mike 老师用到 demonstrate 这个字，它是拼作 demonstrate。demonstrate 意思很相近，它是指说用实验或是实例来说明。解华课文中。
Tracing pencils through history. The earliest form of the pencil was a metal stick known as a stylus that was used by the Romans. The pencil that we know, however, got its start in England in 1564. In that year, farmers in a county north of London discovered graphite, which they called black lead and used to mark sheep. There was only one problem. The graphite stained their hands and clothes. To prevent this from happening, they wrapped string or sheepskin around graphite sticks.
Okay, everyone, we are tracing the history of the pencil. We are learning the story of the pencil from its beginnings to this very day. And let's start at the very beginning. The earliest form of the pencil was a metal stick known as a stylus that was used by the Romans.
That's right. It wasn't a pencil like we know it today. The Romans would have these wax tablets, and the stylus, this metal stick, would be used to sort of carve or scrape the letters into that. But the idea was the same. But what about the pencil? It says the pencil that we know, however, got its start in England in 1564. So more than 1,000 years after the Romans, this was when something came along that we would recognize as, oh, that's an early pencil. And it's interesting how it first became used. It says in that year, 1564, farmers in a county north of London discovered graphite. They discovered this mineral under the earth called graphite. It says graphite, which they called black lead, and they used it and used to mark sheep. So that was the first use of the pencil, not to write things on paper, but to write things on your sheep.
And yes, this is graphite,
yes,
and not lead.
True.
And to this very day, the black stuff inside a pencil that you write with, people still call it lead, but it's not. It's this graphite stuff. Graphite, G-R-A-P-H-I-T-E, which is a fancy form of carbon, mostly.
Basically, it's the same color as lead, possibly. It marks things, but it is a very different type of material. Let's talk about lead, though, because as you said, even today, that thing that pops out when you click your pencil, people call that a lead. It's not, but lead is a real metal. This is a noun, and lead is a very soft metal. I believe it's PB on the chemical chart. Lead is quite well known for being very heavy, but very soft and also poisonous. We don't use it in pencils. It's used in making machines, possibly. It used to be used in paint, but that was poisonous. They used to put it in gasoline, but burning it was bad for people who would breathe it in. So lead is one of those metals that's used in special situations, but it's known to be quite unhealthy for people to be around. For example, in the past, lead was used to make cups and plates. But drinking from lead or eating off of lead could poison you very slowly, so don't do that.
Anyways, apparently there was one problem with this black lead, which was actually graphite. There was only one problem. The graphite stained their hands and clothes. They were grabbing onto that or holding onto that graphite directly. And to prevent this from happening, okay, to keep this graphite that they were grabbing with their bare hands, that was staining their hands and their clothes and stuff, to prevent this stainage from happening or occurring, they wrapped string or sheepskin around graphite sticks, so they didn't have to directly hold on to that graphite. Anyways, here you have the verb wrap to talk about. If you wrap something in something else, you cover that thing so as to enclose that thing. For example, Lily wrapped a scarf around her son's neck. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
好，铅笔最早的形式是一种金属棒，叫做 stylus 尖笔，那是古希腊罗马时代的书写工具。那他们会用这种尖头的金属棒在蜡板上面刻字。同学们有没有联想到你会拿来写在手机或是平板电脑上面那种触控笔呢？其实现在的触控笔也叫做 stylus。好，课文提到说，我们所知道的铅笔是起源于1564年的英格兰。那一年，伦敦北方有一个农夫发现了石墨，石墨是 graphite。好，那他们把石墨称为黑色的铅，黑铅，用它来帮这个羊来做记号。不过石墨会把农夫的手跟衣服弄脏，于是他们就用细绳或者是羊皮来包住这个石墨棒。好，先来看两个单字。第一个是 lead 这个字，我们常常学到，它是当动词用来指引导、领导，那它是念作 lead。不过在课文里面，它是当名词用来指铅这种金属，念作 lead。好，虽然铅笔里面的笔芯并不是用铅做的，可是我们还是用 lead 来称呼铅笔的笔芯。下一个单字是 wrap。它是动词，表示用什么什么来包裹或是围绕。那 Jeff 老师在解释单字时用到 enclose 这个动词，它也有围绕、围住的意思。那 enclose 是拼作 enclose。好，再看补充单字 stain， 它当动词有弄脏的意思。那么 sheepskin 则是指羊皮。接回课文中。
Tracing pencils through history. The Italians finally thought of putting the graphite into a wooden holder. At first, they hollowed out wood and slid the graphite in. Later, though, they put the graphite between two pieces of wood and glued the wood together. Then, in 1662, some Germans learned how to use powdered graphite and began mass-producing pencils.
Okay, when we left off, it was 1564 in England, and the pencil as we know it today was born.
Well, not quite. The inside of the pencil that's used to mark things, the graphite, was being used, but they noticed it made their hands dirty, So they wrapped it in, what did they wrap it in again?
Sheepskin and stuff like that.
Well, they were using it to mark sheep on the farm, so that makes sense, but it's not really useful, and it might even make your hands smell like sheep, and you don't want that. So how did the more modern pencil get invented? The Italians finally thought of putting the graphite into a wooden holder. Wood around that graphite stick? That sounds like a pencil to me. And at first they hollowed out wood and slid the graphite in. So you would get a stick or a piece of wood, you would make a hole in the middle, that's to hollow something out, and then you put the graphite inside. So you're kind of building a basic pencil. But you would have to probably do it yourself or buy it from a special place, because not everyone would want to hollow out this wood. To hollow something is to empty the inside of it, or to cut out the inside. If something is hollow, that means there's a lot of space on the inside, but the outside is solid, all right? So you might have a hollow area inside a tree where maybe, things have eaten out the middle of the tree, but the outside is still there. But if you take a piece of wood and a sharp, long knife or something like that and carefully start cutting out the inside, you are hollowing out that piece of wood so that you can put something in. For example, Steve hollowed the log so that he could make a birdhouse.
Anyways, later though, they put the graphite between two pieces of wood and glued the wood together. That which makes a whole lot more sense. Before they were drilling a hole, let's say, in pieces of wood and trying to find a piece of graphite that would fit in there snugly. That was a bad idea.
The wood would probably break too.
Yeah, and the graphite is brittle as well. It could break as well. So this idea of gluing two pieces of wood around a piece of graphite, that was smart. Good job, Italy.
All right, but then in 1662, some Germans learned how to use powdered graphite and began mass producing pencils. So the Italians were still probably digging it out of the ground and trying to find pieces that were the right size, and that didn't always work. But the Germans figured out a way to mass produce pencils, basically make them in factories so that they're all the same, so that you don't waste as much time and energy using powdered graphite.
Now, here we have this word powdered to talk about. If something is powdered, it has been turned into powder. Yes, if you powder something, we're using the word powder as a verb there, you turn it into powder. And then I just use that word as a noun. So let's talk about what a powder is, okay? A powder is like a fine, dry dust of something, okay? Usually you get a powder when you have crushed a material into super fine and light grains, okay? Now, when you're making that powder, you are powdering something. You're reducing something into a powder by crushing it, pulverizing it, so on and so forth. For example, to make the medicine, you need to dry these leaves and then powder them.
So there you go, powdered graphite, mass-producing pencils. I guess you could say the first pencil factory was probably a German pencil factory.
Yay, Germany!
Thanks for the pencils.
All right, folks, with that, today's lesson is in the books. It's kaputt. We'll see you guys next time, though.
Good German.
用羊皮或是细绳来包住石墨棒，然后去写东西，这样听起来好像不太实用嘛。那后来意大利人就想到可以把石墨放进木架里面。一开始呢，他们就是先把木头挖空，然后把石墨塞进去。好，我们的单字 hollow， 它当动词就表示把内部的东西把它取出来。那么 hollow out 就表示把什么挖空，把它变空。老师没有聊到说，把木头钻洞，然后还要让石墨很贴合的塞进去，这个过程呢，很容易弄坏木头或是石墨。那老师有用到 snugly 这个字是拼作 snugly， 那它是副词，表示紧贴地。还有 brittle， 它是拼作 brittle， 这个字是形容脆的或是易碎的，容易损坏的。 好，课文提到说，后来意大利人把石墨放进2片木头中间，再把木头粘起来。那在1662年的时候，有一些德国人就学会用粉状的石墨，接着就开始大量制造铅笔了。好 ，mass produce 就表示大量生产、大量制造，其中这个 mass 就有大量的意思。那我们最后来看单字 powder 当名词是指粉末，当动词就表示把什么变成粉末。那 Jeff 老师说的 pulverize 它是拼作 Pulverize， 这个字呢，它有研磨或是使什么成粉末的意思。好啦，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。那今天要介绍的文法重点有2个哦。第一个是 It is said 加上 that 主词加动词的句型。第二个是 WH 疑问词加 to 加原形动词的名词片语。好，我们先来学 It is said that 主词加动词。平常在聊天的时候啊，有些话题可能没有经过证实，可是因为很多人都这样讲，于是大家就认为是那样了。那我们这个句型就是用来表达某件事是一般大众的想法，或者是没有办法明确知道到底是谁说的。那这个意思就相当于据说什么什么。那么句型里面这个 that 子句呢是据说的内容，然后那个 it 只是虚主词用来代替 that 子句。例如 It is said that the castle is haunted. 据说那座城堡有闹鬼。好，其实有其他动词也可以套用这种句型，像 It is reported 加 that 子句就表示据报道怎么样，据传怎么样，或是用 It is believed 或是 It is thought 加上 that 子句就可以表达据信怎么样怎么样。例如 It is reported that the fire resulted from an explosion. 据报道啊，那场火灾是起因于爆炸。好，那最后我们来学 WH 疑问词加 to 加原形动词的名词片语。WH 疑问词是哪些呢？就是 what, when, where, who, which, how 等等。那同学们应该都知道，这些疑问词可以用来问问题。不过你知道它们也可以用来引导名词子句吗？它们就像母鸡带小鸡一样，可以带领着子句，然后让这个子句有名词的功能，摆在句子里面，它就可以当主词、当受词或是当主词补语。好，那我们要学的这个 WH 疑问词加不定词，就是加那个 to 加原形动词，这个部分呢，它是从名词子句简化来的。本来是 WH 疑问词加主词加助动词加动词。好，因为这个母鸡它太懒惰，不想带那么多只小鸡出门，带小孩很辛苦所以这个名词子句呢，就可以把它简化成名词片语，变成 WH 疑问词加 to 加原形动词。好，举例来说 I don't know what I should wear， 我不知道该穿什么那其中这个 what I should wear 是名词子句，用来当 know 的受词，我们就可以把这个 what I should wear 改成名词片语 what to wear， 那句子就变成 I don't know what to wear， 意思也是一样哦。不过要提醒同学们，这个母鸡啊，不能随随便便就发懒，随便把人家简化掉，把孩子丢着。你要简化成名词片语的时候，有2个规则要注意。第一个就是名词子句里面那个主词跟主要子句里面的主词或是受词要一样哦。那么第2个规则是名词子句里面要有情态助动词 should, can, could。例如 Let me know where I should go， 让我知道该去哪。那名词子句里面的主词 I 跟主要子句里面那个受词 me 是同一个人，然后你又看到名词子句里面有这个情态助动词 should， 所以就可以简化成 Let me know where to go。 好，以上是今天重点整理，我们下次见咯，拜拜。
用英文描述他人的7种说法。
欢迎收看就爱讲英文
我是悠悠。
我是 Jay。
怎么形容身边的人呢？
今天呢，我们来教大家几个实用的表达方法跟单字哦。1. Mr. Lin is really generous. 2. Sam likes to joke around. 3. Kevin can be quite bossy sometimes. 4. He's strong and muscular. 5. He keeps to himself. 6. He cares a lot about other people. 7. Frank is popular with girls.
哇，今天好多句子哦，
真的，一整个就是在挑男朋友。
是为我而写的这一集。
是的，
谢谢，太多人追我了。
这个太多人追我的是吗？真的吗？
我内心是这样子想了。
这个英文呢，就是 I have too many admirers。
讲这句话要有气势。
哦，好 ，OK。
I have too many admirers。
好，这种话我一句话都讲不出来，这样都没有人爱慕我。对
少来。
真的，对，你们
应该是有暗恋啦。
哦，好了，暗恋是吗？
暗恋。
哦，就是我不知道就是了。来，暗恋呢，就是秘密的爱慕者 ，secret admirer。secret
admirer。
对，所以我要讲有人暗恋你，就是呢 ，you have a secret admirer。You
have a secret admirer。
是谁哦？
说来听听。
对啊，就不能讲。OK， 比如说
哦，我知道，我最近认识一个啦。
哦，好。
林先生还蛮慷慨的。
哦，林先生
喜欢说笑话。
OK， 很慷慨，喜欢说笑话。Mr. Lin is generous。Mr.
Lin is generous。
对，花钱不手软，对人都很好慷慨。他花钱的时候就是这样。
这是发扑克牌吧？
钞票没有？对啊，这顿我来。这样 OK， 很爱说笑话是吗？Joke around.
Joke around.
He likes to joke around.
He likes to joke around. 就听起来不错，幽默感绝对是男生的加分。
真的，那感觉很好啊。
结果变成都我很幽默感，我很加分。
OK， 这个那为什么不要这个？这个很好啊。
对不对？这不错，不是啦。我跟你讲，就是那种很喜欢指使别人，很霸道总裁那种。
这是他优点还是缺点？
我不喜欢人家管我、啊。
OK， 好，那就 bossy 了。bossy B O S S 就是老板，后面加个 Y，bossy。He's quite bossy sometimes.
He's quite bossy sometimes. 不列入考虑。
哦，那还有吗？
有谈了，有 Sam 很壮，我认识这个小鲜肉。
对。
我靠，全身都是肌肉。
OK， 很壮就史壮。Strong. Sam is strong.Sam
is strong，
对，死壮strong。然后浑身肌肉的话叫 muscular， 就 muscle 的形容词。哦，你不要麦到我。OK，muscular， 那感觉很好啊。
孤僻
可以加来用。OK，
孤僻
又固执，
不喜欢出门的。
那我们就说 keep to oneself 这个片语。
keep to oneself，
所以他呢就独来独往，就是 he keeps to himself。什么事情都藏心底。那还固执，对不对？然后固执就 stubborn。对，这个单词要会。
我常常骂我弟耶。
真的哈。
stubborn。
好，那这个
stubborn，
那这一个也先不要好了。
然后还有Nick 也是我新认识的。
哦 ，Nick 怎么样？
对，他对人很好，也蛮好相处的。
OK， 对人很好。He cares a lot about other people。He
cares a lot about other people。
然后很好相处，就是 He is easy to get along with。He
is easy to get along with。
对，很关心其他人，然后很容易相处。
但是太多女生喜欢他。
哎呀，这就没办法了哈。
他们博爱。
对，博爱。好，太多女生喜欢他，这英文叫做 He's too popular with girls。
He's too popular with girls。
对啊，好人嘛，大家都要啊，大家抢着要。
人家嫁不出去了。
He's too popular with girls。
讨厌。
Well, I heard that you've had a hard time choosing a boyfriend.
Yep.
Tell me.
Kind of. There are too many admirers.
Okay. Tell me more.
Sure. Okay. The first one, Mr. Lin.
Yes.
Mr. Lin is really generous. He likes to joke around.
Right.
Okay.
But what?
He can be quite bossy sometimes. Oh my God.
Anyone else?
Yeah. The second one,
Yep.
Sam.
What about him?
Sam?
Sam.
Sam is strong and muscular.
Ooh,
but
happy.
He keeps to himself and can be pretty stubborn. Oh my God. And the last one is Nick.
Nick. Okay.
Nick cares a lot about other people. He's easy to get along with.
Wait. Let me guess. He's too popular with girls, right?